Business in the front. Party in the back. The mullet is becoming respectable again in Australia. Kind of. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English lesson number 505. JR is the producer, and he has uploaded the full lesson to plainenglish.com/505. That is where you'll find the full transcript, how-to video, exercises, and more. On today's lesson, the mullet is a men's haircut from Australia. It's considered. I'm not passing my own judgment here. I'm just saying it's considered to be a haircut that doesn't carry a lot of status, at least in cities and among people in the public eye. But that might be starting to change. In the second half of today's lesson, I'll show you how to use the phrasal verb catch on, and to celebrate the last day of summer, we have one more summer-themed song of the week from JR. Let's dive in. The easiest way to describe the mullet haircut is to say that it has dual personalities. There's the part that looks like it's a short, more traditional men's cut. And then there's the part that's more unkempt, like a long-haired rocker. A mullet is typically cut short along the sides and medium length on the top and in the front, but it grows long in the back. So when you look at someone with a mullet, it looks a little strange. If you look at the person straight on, you might think he has a more professional, shorter cut. But if you look at him from the side or the back, it looks like he has grown his hair long. That's why they say of the mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back. There are many variations. To stand out, you can shave your head bare on the sides and sport the top in a mohawk and let your locks flow in the back. If you want to blend in a little more, you can get a more traditional haircut, but just let it grow a little longer. The mullet is not considered, shall we say, a prestigious haircut. It's most associated with men in small towns in rural Australia. A mullet is the kind of haircut you can give yourself in your backyard. In big cities, both in Australia and especially in other countries, the mullet is not fashionable. The attitude in the cities is that a person sporting a mullet is not sophisticated, has no style, whatever. A private school in Perth, a city on the western coast of Australia, has banned the mullet among students. The haircut is untidy and not acceptable, the school said. But as is so often the case, what people in the cities look down on, the people in the country consider a point of pride. In fact, Mullet Fest in the Australian state of New South Wales attracts mullet wearers from around Australia, all competing to see who has the most outrageous style. Now, though, a funny thing is happening down under. The mullet is invading respectable culture. It's starting to catch on in the cities. That's right. In Australia, it's now okay to have a mullet. It's common for Australian football and rugby players to sport mullets. For a really good example, search for the football player Bailey Smith. His blonde mullet looks like the mane of a lion. You can also see mullets on the red carpet and among celebrities. Stylists say that the mullet is a flexible option that allows you to play with texture, shape, and personal identity. One stylist has even earned the nickname Mullet Mummy. She says that the resurgence of the mullet is all about acknowledging the history and going from there. The mullet has long been associated with people who are poor and from rural areas. But here's another truth of art and fashion. It's sometimes considered fashionable or even glamorous to look a little poor. And so a lot of celebrities and wealthier people in the cities can now use their haircuts to say, "Look how authentic I am." Women can have mullets too. I've seen a few pictures of women with mullets, and it looks a little more natural on women than on men. It's a flexible cut. I've seen mullets where a man's whole head is shaved except for the long hair in the back. And I've seen women with mullets that look almost normal. The only requirement is that a mullet has to have some difference between the front and the back. You do not see a lot of mullets where I live. This is a style that originated in Australia, is most associated with Australia, but people do have them in the United States. And like in Australia, it's not a prestigious haircut here. You would not go into an office job in downtown Chicago with a mullet. Now here, like in Australia, it's considered a small town, rural, kind of lower prestige haircut. A lot of bikers have mullets. Mullets and big tattoos go together. Mullets and t-shirts with the sleeves ripped off go together. Well, the other day at the gym here in Chicago, I saw someone with a mullet. And not a subtle one either, like full shaved sides, long hair up top, flowing locks in the back. And I was speechless. So I wonder, is that just a one-time thing? Or am I going to start seeing that more in the city? I'll let you know if this catches on here. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the English phrasal verb catch on. To catch on is to become popular. In today's main lesson about the controversial mullet haircut, I said that the mullet is starting to catch on in the cities in Australia. Before, a mullet was considered a haircut for people in rural areas. It's not really stylish. It's not prestigious. Even the people who have mullets say it's not prestigious. That's kind of the point. It's part of the mullet's identity. But now, it's starting to catch on in the cities, among sports stars, with celebrities, even in high-end salons in Sydney. It's starting to catch on. It's starting to become popular. This happens with fashion a lot. In fact, if you want to know what will catch on in the United States next year, then go to Europe today. Fashions often originate in Europe. Americans look at what's popular over there with a little skepticism. And then often those fashions catch on here the next year. If you want to talk about something that became popular in the past tense, just say caught on. We talked a few lessons back about hard seltzer. This is something that caught on quickly. It quickly became popular. This was in lesson 474. Hard seltzer was barely a product, and then White Claw came out and it really caught on. It became very popular very quickly. Not everyone drinks White Claw. Not everyone drinks hard seltzer. I don't, for example. But you can say that something is popular among a group of people, and you can say catch on with, and then the group. White Claw caught on quickly with younger people who are more health conscious. That means that people who are trying to cut down on liquid calories, for example, or trying not to consume too much alcohol, they are the ones who like White Claw. White Claw is catching on with younger, more health-conscious consumers. Are any of you in the metaverse? No, I didn't think so. I'm not either. The metaverse has still not caught on. It's still not popular. Mark Zuckerberg is the CEO of a company called Meta. He believes in the metaverse so much that he changed his company's name from Facebook to Meta. To prepare us all for a future in the metaverse, which Meta will dominate, supposedly, Mark Zuckerberg released an image of himself in the metaverse. Unsurprisingly, he's by himself, all alone there in the metaverse. The image was disturbing. His arm is in an unnatural position. The Eiffel Tower is in the background. I think Notre Dame Cathedral is right next to it, but there are no other parts of Paris. There's one tree. One tree. It looks like a child's cartoon. Now, admittedly, I don't know what the metaverse is going to be like. But as of now, it looks like the the metaverse is being created in a kindergarten classroom or with Microsoft Paint. I'm having fun with this because the metaverse has not caught on yet. It's not popular yet. There's not much to do. The headsets are heavy and disorienting, and the people who talk about the metaverse haven't given the public a clear idea of what it is or why we should care. And for those many reasons, the metaverse has still not caught on. Maybe it will catch on in the future. Who knows? September 22nd, 2022, today is the first day of fall, autumn, and that means summer is officially over. So JR picked one last summer song for today, All Summer Long by Kid Rock. It starts out this way. It was 1989. My thoughts were short. My hair was long. He did not have a mullet, but I like that there was a haircut reference right at the top of today's Song of the Week. The music is kind of a medley of a few popular rock songs. The music at the beginning is borrowed from Sweet Home Alabama, and later on it borrows from another famous rock song, Werewolves of London. It sounds like a little bit of a country song. It was played on country and pop stations here in the US. It's about summertime in northern Michigan, a state here in the Midwest, an area with a lot of lakes. It's cold in the winter, but really nice for a summer getaway in the warm weather. So it's a bit of a nostalgic song about teenage summers. It's good. Check it out. All Summer Long by Kid Rock. And that's all for today, September 22nd, 2022. Remember, Plain English is where we help you upgrade your English every Monday and Thursday with current events and trending topics. There's a full lesson set on the website twice a week, and the transcript of each lesson is absolutely free. You can get the transcript of today's lesson by visiting plainenglish.com/505. We'll be back on Monday with a new lesson. It's the first of a few lessons about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. We will be back on Monday with that. See you then.